everything was happening so fast. Like he offered that to me on Tuesday, and I had to like race like on Thursday. It was like practice day already. Yeah. So like, yeah, I just had to like get into calls and talk to them, and like some of them were like obviously didn't want me to go, but then they saw that it was nothing that they could really do it. But like everyone was like really understandable. Like they let me go, and they saw that the opportunity was too big for me to like let it go. Yeah. And like on Wednesday, so like the Tuesday after talking to him, obviously didn't sleep much that night. On Wednesday morning, went to the pits. BK starts like giving me like Leah kit, like, and then like I put a kit, the factory racing team kit, and I'm like, fuck, this is really happening. Inside the bus, and he shows me around. Barney starts building my bike, and then like checking like levers, checking everything. And then like on the afternoon, I go to they have like some trails there in Poland, and yeah, I start riding on Wednesday afternoon the bike just to try and figure something out, suspension, everything. Yeah. Bear in mind, like everything is different from my bike. I think the only thing that was the same was the pedals and the grips. Right. The rest was like everything was different. So like forks, shock, like everything different. So did a few runs, felt good on the bike from the get-go, and then Thursday I think was track walk, and then Friday was into practice into the World Cup. So pretty crazy.
Whirlwind, bro.
So how many runs do you think you got before racing your first World Cup on a pivot?
It probably was like 6 runs max, and the track was like not where near like a World Cup track. It was just like a, let's say, a red track, like really? Quite flat. Okay. Very some corners and not fast at all, very narrow.
Yeah. Out of interest, what are the biggest things you noticed on the bike getting on it straight away? Because it's like a race bike set up by a factory team. It's quite cool to think that your old GT is like you working it out.
Yeah, definitely. Like everything like was pre-dialed, and obviously everything was new. Like it was a brand new bike, so everything felt super nice, super quiet. And the biggest thing I noticed was like the bike was super light, so I felt like it was good because I was coming to the bike new, so I like you don't have that confidence that but because it was so light and I felt like I could throw the bike wherever I wanted, it just gave me that confidence and gave me that like, I can actually push like really hard with this bike. So it was like a really good feeling like from the get-go. But then obviously you need to start, like the suspension was all different, so like to find like the right setup with the suspension, because I've not been like on Fox for so long, and I've been like on the other brand that was for so long, like it's hard to get like that right. So kind of, because that track was quite flat, we kind of got into a good spot like with the forks, and I was happy. But like once we went to the Poland World Cup track, like everything, like me, I was changing like settings every run. Like I was giving feedback to Barney, and then Barney was like stiffen up, like we would stiffen up the front, and then the rear would be like too soft, and then we would need to stiff up the rear, and then now the front is too soft, so we were like changing like quite a bit, and then it was wet as well, so that also throws into the setup.
Does it happen like throughout the team? I'm just thinking of like the benefits of a factory team. It must be cool because you've got other riders also
puzzling a bit.
Yeah, like making those changes. Like
but like at the same time it was just me and Remy. It's BK was injured, of course, and Ryan was injured as well. Like Remy was new to the team as well, so it was his first year as well. So he didn't have much of like database, let's say, of setup. So I was all going with like what BK kind of fell in, because obviously Barney works really close to BK, but at the same time BK is a totally different rider than me, and he's very specific with like kind of what, like not very specific, but let's say like he can ride anything. He's not very like, like I like Bruni that is very specific with like his setup and stuff. BK, he's just he's just like a chilled out, and it doesn't matter the setup, he would throw a in. I feel like he has that confidence in him that he he can just ride whatever and still ride like super well.
What do you think you are in that sort of like range of different
I think
riders?
I'm not like Bruni, but I also not like I can be quite picky. Like I feel like I get confidence from my setup, where so like if I feel good on my setup, then like I'm confident and I start pushing. Where if I'm not feeling good and I'm not feeling confident and I feel like something's wrong, then I'm puzzling a lot.
Yeah.
If I'm happy with it, then I'll leave at that and then like, you know, like little change. But if I'm not, then I'm in a point where I'm like really, really puzzling.
It's quite interesting the difference between being like a privateer and a factory rider. If you're a privateer and you're trying to get your setup done, you could say you're puzzling.
Yeah.
If you're a factory rider, you're dialing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you're essentially doing the same battle, but with way more information, way more resources.
Yeah.
And it makes it like almost a positive thing.
Yeah.
Like you're like making this bike as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Whereas I guess like what you're up against as a privateer is that you kind of always just think you're up against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Well, yeah, you just have yourself like really as like it's you and your head only thinking, you know what I mean? Like you don't have like a mechanic to help you out or like Fox there to help you out. But at the same time, I was struggling so much all the way through the season because obviously I now had off season on the bike, and off season is where you test all the settings and then like decide what you like and what you don't like. So like I had like very different settings throughout the season because the tracks are different. So I didn't have that database of like, oh, this track I need this track I need that. And I also, because I didn't have like that, I was struggling to find like the right setup, and I struggled a bit like with that.
Yeah.
What do you go with? Big or small changes?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, man, what an episode that was. You did amazing in it.
And so did you.
You shone like a star.
You shone like a moon.
Can we also put something up here that you can click on for the next episode?
How about we put a subscribe up there in the middle?
Yeah,
We're going to put a video we think that our lovely companionship will love on your face.
On my face?
Yeah.
So
And
they
on
can't
my
see me now.
gone. And on my face, another video that we think people will love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. You guys are the best.
Peace and love.